name is Luann Pygott. I am in my kitchen, yay, doing Sunday dinner. Now I'm doing a pretty basic Sunday dinner, no real recipe. Doing a rump roast in the crock pot, doing mashed potatoes and corn cut off the cob. But I have a couple little tricks I would show you. I'm also doing the apple cake, the cinnamon apple cake that I've done on live before it is done. I sprinkled sugar on top this time because I wanted to have a crispy and sweet top. And it's like a coffee cake. It's got chopped up apple in it, a lot of cinnamon and brown sugar. It is yummy. It is so moist. It doesn't need icing. It doesn't have a recipe for icing either. You could sprinkle powdered sugar on top, but I like that's regular sugar. And I baked that regular sugar on there, thinking, let's try that and see if that's good. So I'm going to show you the two little tricks I have for corn cut off the cob and mashed potatoes. I have two more minutes. Well, let's see. Let me test my mashed potatoes. Hold on. They may be done. Yeah, they're pretty well done. So I'm going to, so all I did was cut up my potatoes. Here they are. Cut up my potatoes, boil them in water for 10 minutes. Cut them pretty small. And then I'm going to turn this around. Hi, how are you doing? Hello, sorry I hit finish by mistake, not flip around. Luckily I undid it. Okay, here we go. So I'm going to show you that right there. That's what I'm showing you. That's called a ricer, a potato ricer. I don't know if you've ever seen one of those before or used one. That thing right there will make the best mashed potatoes you have ever had. I'm trying to get my thing to stay on my phone to stay on the stand, so hold on here. And I'm going to show you how easy that is and how yummy. Okay, so actually I'm going to move it over here. I'm going to put it in this pan right there. Close my cabinet here. So that's where I'm going to put them. That's melted butter. So I've already put some melted butter in there. So I'm going to take these potatoes to the sink and I'm going to strain them in my strainer. I'm just going to put my strainer back in here. Okay, so here's my potatoes. I just got them sitting there. That doesn't fit in that pan. And then I'm going to take a spoon and I'm going to scoop some. Let's use a big spoon. I'm going to scoop them into this ricer. If you've never used one of these to make mashed potatoes, you will not have a lump in your potatoes. You don't have to get out your beater. So all it does, here's the bottom, and you can twist that around and kind of get however you want, but you want it in the finest little holes, and that's that. You're just going to fill it up. You're going to take this little paddle part, here, the paddle part, and you're going to put that on top of the potatoes and smash them down through there. And then all you have to do is take a spoon and stir them. You don't need a beater. So let's take a scoop of potatoes here. Put it down inside the ricer. This also is a nice little exercise. I pretty much fill it up. So this is like 3 spoonfuls. Okay, there you go. There's your potatoes in there. You flap down that little flap. Make sure it presses in there, and you just squeeze these handles together, and look at this. Now, it looks like it would be real grainy. It won't be. It just looked like it. So here we're going to do another one. But if you've never made mashed potatoes this way, you need to get this. And all you have to do is take all the parts off of this and rinse it off. It's real easy to clean. Looks like it wouldn't be, but it actually is. Okay, here we go again. We're going to flap that part down. We'll make sure it goes into the opening and squeeze the handles together. I want to move this back further. There. So you can see what I'm doing. Still can't see what I'm doing, can you? Here, see? There you go. Let me do that. Then you can maybe see what I'm doing better. Okay, so we're going to put some more potatoes into our little opening here. It only takes, well, it depends on, this is 5 potatoes. It depends on how many you make. It doesn't really take that long to do. Okay, gonna put them all down in there. We're gonna have one more after this. Here we go. Put that down. Make sure it closes. Squeeze together your handles. It's quite a little apparatus, isn't it? Look at there. Make a little mountain of mashed potatoes. They don't look mashed, but trust me, they are. Once you stir this with a spoon, poof, instant mashed potatoes. Okay, our last batch here. Put that little flap down, put it in there, squeeze this together. Then I take the spoon, scrape off the bottom. Put that in there, I rinse that all off. Then I'm going to add a little milk. To the mashed potatoes. And I don't measure that, you know, just pour in some milk. Cut 2 to 4 tablespoons or something for that amount of potatoes. Then you stir. I've already got butter on the bottom. And look, that graininess that it looks like it has goes away. They're totally mashed. You just have to use a spoon. Needs a little more milk. Just depends on how much milk you want. That's probably a 1/4 cup of milk I put in there. If you like to measure, but you really can't measure with potatoes because it's just until they get to where they're nice and creamy. This is kind of a big spoon. You might want to use a smaller spoon to do it within this size of pan. But let me taste this. I want to see how much salt we have. Oh, that's pretty good. I need a little bit more salt. Ooh, nice, a bunch of butter. A little bit more salt. I already had some salt in there with the butter. There is how to make the best mashed potatoes that will not have a lump in it. It will not. Not with that ricer. Lumps can't get through it. Stir it all up. Knock it off the spoon. Give it another taste test. Mmm. Don't even need gravy. But we will have gravy. I think I might actually put a little more milk because they'll dry out by the time I get to my mom's house with it. So let's just do a little bit more. A little bit more creamy. And that's just all up the taste how much you want to put in there. And it's just about time for me to go. But let me show you my trick with the corn. Those are perfect. Alright, mashed potatoes, all done. Let me get another little pan for this corn. I don't need a big pan. And I'm going to put some butter. That's a couple tablespoons of butter. I only have 4 ears of corn. Putting a couple tablespoons of butter in there. Now I've got my corn boiled. Boiled it in the pan for 12 minutes. That's what I've always done. And it is, oops, I lost my lid. Hold on. To my milk. So the corn is already cooked. Now a lot of people will cook corn and cut it off the cob. They'll cut it off the cob before they cook it. I really hate it that way, sorry. Turns it to mush to me. I do not like it cut off first and then cooked. I cook it and then cut it off. To me, if you cut it off first, it's just all mushy. I like some texture. So I cook it first, then cut it off. My own personal way. So we're melting our butter. Now I'm going to show you how I do this. I saw this on a cooking show once. Get you a bundt pan. Then get your, it's been cooled, corn on the cob. And this way, you know, when you cut corn off the cob, it likes to go everywhere. This will kind of prevent that. And it falls into the pan. So you just cut down the side. And it doesn't make such a big mess. Because if you ever do this, it makes a big mess. Little bits of corn fly everywhere. They don't like to stay on the plate. You do it like this. There you go. All the mess is contained. Then I'm just going to take that and put it over here in my pan. I'm going to add a little salt and add, if you want to add a little sugar, if you want it sweeter, you can do that. Like half a teaspoon of sugar or something. Okay, so I've got 4 ears of corn. That was 1. You can do this too if you like it cut off ahead of time. You can still use this. That one just escaped. It generally prevents a mess. Not 100%, but it is better. It's because it didn't slide right. It's supposed to slide down. Instead, it jumped out. There. See, that one fell, but it stayed in. Okay. Number 2. Put this in our pan over here. A little bit more salt in there. Hallelujah. That song was just on the television. Hallelujah. Praise the one who set me free. I love that song. Hallelujah. Death has lost its grip on me. You have broken every chain. There's salvation in your name. Jesus Christ, my living hope. That's such a pretty song. A living hope. Hallelujah. This is splattering in my face. Praise the one who set me free. Hallelujah. A little church for you today. Death has lost its grip on me. You have broken every chain. Into the pan. There's salvation in your name. Jesus Christ, my living hope. Jesus Christ, my living hope. God, you are my living hope. Last one. So I'm just putting this in a pan with some butter and some salt. I'm going to pull off these extra little... My dad used to call these hairs. It's the corn silk. Now get them hairs off the corn. He didn't like that on there. Okay, the last one. There you go. That's my trick for cutting corn off the cob without it making a big mess. Use your butt pan and your potato ricer to make mashed potatoes, and it's so good. Okay, there you go. So, we're ready for our rump roast, our roast beef, mashed potatoes and gravy, and our corn. Perfect Sunday dinner. So all I'm going to do now is take a little spoon, stir all of this corn. I'll just turn it on low because there's butter down in there. Kind of get it all chopped up. I really don't care if it stays in little pieces. That way you know it was real corn. Real corn on the cob. Fresh corn, I should say. Okay, there we go. Now I'm going to go take this to my mom's house. We're going to have our Sunday dinner together. And then she has lots of leftovers, so she's got stuff to eat for the week. She's got a few other things too, but this way she has some good home cooking. I'm dropping one down in the burner. Get that out of there. And let's take a little taste test of the corn. Make sure I get it stirred up better first though. Okay, let's see how it tastes. A bit more salt. That's good. Hold on. Not flipping around on me. There we go. Okay. Hope you have a good Sunday. Come back later this afternoon. Want to sing and play the piano and read a little stuff from the Bible? Give you a little ministry live. Hope you have a great day. Bye.